All right, welcome to Doozer Shop. It's Friday about 9 o'clock. It's been, a long work week, and I'm just tired, mentally worn out. I've been healthy. Everyone around me has been pretty healthy, so that's cool. It's 9 o'clock at night on, like I said, on a Friday. I just about an hour ago, I had a cup of coffee because I just felt, I was watching a YouTube video, and I was actually watching the Canadian Museum of Making. It has 3 videos on YouTube. I think Ian McGregor has his museum up there. And he was drinking the Tim Hortons coffee cup, the Canadian icon, Tim Hortons, hockey player, and then coffee chain. And Ian McGregor had his coffee, so I wanted to make some for myself, even though it's 9 o'clock and I'll be up for hours. But now I'm not tired anymore, so I figured I'd get my camera and go to the shop and shoot you guys some videos, because I haven't done any in a while. I think I say that every video. I just need to stop saying that. Anyway, with this COVID thing, I don't go out to restaurants or bars except for one. I make an exception. I go out to lunch on Friday by myself. And I eat in my car. I go to this barbecue restaurant, kind of out in the country. And I guess around here, barbecue is like barbecue pork, pulled pork, shredded pork, sandwich on a bun. So I enjoy that. And they make banana pudding. As a dessert, a little cup of banana pudding. So that's my one indulgence of the week. And I figure it's pretty safe, way out in the country, going to the store and restaurant and eating in my car. Anyways, had a few things go on this week. I guess I'll just take you around. Yeah. I'll just show you. Alright, you may or may not find this interesting, but let's go nonetheless. So, this is my little, it looks horrible. I have my beverage fridge right here, underneath the table. I got some canned water, fizzy water, and a couple beers. So my fridge went out, and I will show you. Compressor under there. Let me grab that. So this is the part. All right. What that is a starting relay. And let's see here. There's the number, and one of the power terminals plugs in here, and it has 2 plug terminals. So one of those female connections, one's start and one's run. So what this is, it's called a PTC relay, positive temperature coefficient relay. And I took it apart, and there's a little semiconductor disc inside that it conducts electricity, and then it's somewhat resistive, and it heats up. And as it heats up, it gets more and more and more resistive. And the conductance goes way down. So I found one on eBay for $5. This is actually the old one. I got this one working. The disc cracked, but it's right on the back of the compressor. And it's just an apartment-sized fridge. I think I got it at a garage sale for 35 bucks, something like that. But it's great because I made this little top out of wood, and the main support structure is this Hollowell legs for something. But anyways, I almost was going to throw this out because the compressor was smoking hot. And I looked at Lowe's and they had one on sale, a $200 fridge on sale for $120 some because they go back to school, go back to college, dorm fridge. And then I started checking. I remembered there's a starting relay on a split phase, single phase motor. And I got to looking, and this is plugged right onto it. I'll put my glasses on because I can't see anything. So I took the disc out, and it was a third of it was broken off, and it was all the connections where the solder was all nasty. And I filed the solder and cleaned up the connections, the terminals, and I put this one back in, and it ran fine for a week before the new one came. But I almost threw this out and bought another one. And what a horrible thing, to send that to the landfill when the only thing that's broken. This was like $4. This is just under $5 with free shipping. That was like $4.98 with free shipping. And how can you? That's fabulous. How can you do? So I just had that, and I stuffed it in the bag, and I put it under the back and the bottom for a spare for the new one. Even like I said, this works. Anyways, enough rambling about that. I fixed my fridge for $5, and I didn't throw it away. Now, this is like a $200 fridge, $150, $200 fridge. To call a repair guy, it would probably be $300. And who would do that for such a cheap fridge? Made overseas in China. Nothing against China, but if this was an American-made fridge, might have been a little bit better. If this was a $500 fridge and you called a repairman, and it cost $300 to repair a $500 fridge, that'd be a little easier to swallow than this and throwing it out. If a person didn't know. Now most people, they don't play around with this stuff. I was able to figure it out. I don't know. So I guess the message is our manufacturing is down the tubes, but you know what? You can still fix stuff if you really try. So enough of that. The phase converter, my North American panel, I still have not put it up yet. I gotta put it up in the attic. Like I said, it comes with the on-off button wired in. And when I extended my other one, I just stuffed it on the side of the panel. You see it wired in there. So I don't know if I'm going to put a separate box or what, but that's still in the works. I have not cleaned up the planer anymore. It's pretty clean. I need to clean the table, but it's becoming a shelf for projects. This is kind of cool. The headstock of the Colchester lathe, I cleaned this up and I painted it. You can see with the reflection of the light, I didn't take all the paint off. What I did is I scraped it really well and I sanded it. No, I don't think I needle scaled it, but I sanded it, I wire wheeled it, and cleaned all the loose paint off, and then I used a pad, it's not there, it's a pad sander, a random orbit sander. So this looks pretty good. This is the oil fill, and these holes are for the shifter, both shifters. And that paint, like I said, it's rough underneath, but I smoothed all the edges, so any chips and dips in the paint that I painted over, it's very well adhered. It's not ever going to chip, not ever. It shouldn't chip off in a very long time. It's not a slick Monarch 10EE paint job, but you know what? The underlying surface and the prep of the surface is 100%. And I am very satisfied with the what am I trying to say? Daily driver paint job. The finish isn't super slick and smooth, but you know what? It's gonna stick on there. I didn't skimp on the prep at all. Okay, enough of that. So what's this? Let me turn the light on. All right. I traced out a gasket for the headstock cover, and you can see I've been marking off with a pencil to cut the perimeter all around with a compass. I don't know if I'm going to cut it with my regular straight blade or I might get an X-Acto. But this is like it's like cardboard. It's like you know, it's not corrugated, but it's flat pressed board, pressed cardboard. I don't know, but it's like it's like twice the thickness of a cereal box. I don't know where I got it, but that's going to be the cover. You know, whatever. This is my old pulley. I know I showed you guys the new pulley. I got belts too. Before I go over there, so that's a 21-inch Summit. I think it's Polish or Czech made boring facing head that I'm going to adapt to the spindle of the mighty Giddings and Lewis. So this is the cross sliding piece, the offset piece that goes in there. And I think I remember on a previous video, the ways were really good on this except for the end. And it had a gouge in it about 1.25 inches long. And I have filled this in with solder. This solder was 95% tin, 4% like copper, and 0.5% silver. I think that adds up to 100 or close to it. But anyways, lead-free plumber solder. I used regular zinc chloride, like OD number 5, plumber's flux. And this is a smooth, let me try and zoom you in if the focus doesn't work, we'll pull you out. So those were all scratches. There's a little porosity in the solder there, but this gouge filled in very nicely. So from there, kind of see the gray all the way to there was probably 30 thousandths, 20 thousandths deep, let's say, 15, 20 thousandths deep. And now it's smooth as can be. So a combination of files and a razor blade at the end, a very sharp razor blade, got this back down to the surface. So that's how I repaired it. And I used the oxyacetylene rig to heat it. And I want to show you the file I used to take it down. I know, you guys love going on walkabout. I think it's in here. Yep. Alright. This one? This is my... I used... So this is a Vixen file, and it's curved. I got some brand new blades for it. This is a bump file I got from Michelin. There's the bump with the layout die. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that later. Now this is a long cut lathe file, and I put tape on the end as a safe edge ledge. Here, is this it? No. Maybe. Yeah. This isn't the file, but you kind of... Alright, the deal is... See how this is, it's a three-sided file. Triangular file. This thing has got a curve to it, right? So that curve, you can use the high point, or the bump as they call it, see how I'm teetering it? To work an area flat. So the area here, so it's flat, 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 and it starts tapering smaller. I mean, obviously you can see there's corrosion on it or something. You can see how it's tapered, and that's the area you use to work the high spots. So triangular file has the bump to it. And like I said, the bump is that area right there. And you can use that. If I push here, see how it comes up? Because it's tapered, right? Bada bing. Bada bing, Jerry. So that's cool. That's a triangular file that, you know, I think they're all tapered, have a bump to it. So you can go with the French-made bump file, but in an American pattern file, triangular files exhibit that characteristic. And that's I gotta clean that one up and dip it in acid and wire brush it and clean it. But that's a tip. I know you guys that do scraping, I mean, filing comes before scraping. Okay? And I got I got like 3 file drawers. I got more files over there, and my good one's in there. But that's what I use to knock that down. I got my vintage Schrader, I know it was Schrader bellows or just Schrader blowgun. And I put a piece of 3/16 brake line in the end. I soldered it, and that gets down into 1/4 inch tapped holes to blow out the tapping shavings. Okay. What else? I got that. Part sink's been clean. Been working. Very happy, man. I know you see the different color, but I promise you, this is smooth. Okay. So this is the, oh, I put a little bit bigger ball on here because this one was just too small, okay? And I figured out, if I had a third lever, boy, that'd be really cool. This, I know I can't hide it. This next to that looked too small. So this looks proportional. And I think it has to do with the golden ratio. If you don't know what the golden ratio is, look it up. This looked more appropriate being next to that. Alright, so this is the parts cart for the Colchester. I ain't got much on it left anymore. Nothing's on the bottom except the taper attachment, a chuck key, and some unistrut I didn't use, and pecker head cover, switch cover, and some bolts. So it's on the way, folks. All right, so I got the cover on there, just set on there. I had my slate glass in there. I hammered that one in carefully. So now that's in. The plug's on the bottom, so I can fill this with oil. I could technically fill this with oil. So these levers, this is how they're supposed to be, and they come up the top. It's kind of cool. I can't do anything one-handed, but anyways, springs are in there, and these plungers for the detents these are tapered, and the detents are tapered. And alright, so this is what I was fighting, okay? I'm gonna bump the camera. Shit. So that's in gear, and you can see it's not fully in. If you push it more, hold on. Well, let me get my wrist strap off. Shit, now you can't see it. So that's kind of better, and that's where it is. So that's like pretty well engaged. It's only a 1/16 or so that you're seeing. And I was gonna try, I milled that deeper actually on just the one side to try and skeech it. That's the only way you can control the engagement, depth of engagement, mesh. Yeah, there you go. But you know what? It's not bad. I mean, it's not, it's only misaligned by, almost an eighth. And when you push it, it goes another 1/16. But you know what? The gears aren't, I mean, they're worn on the edge from trying to slam them into gear when the thing was probably running. But the unworn part, which is a darker black color from the oil, and the shiny part, the shiny part is not worn appreciably more than the non-engaged part. So I'm going to say to hell with it. I'm just going to leave it instead of trying to monkey around with these, because if I make this too deep, I don't want it to be hard to pull out of gear. So that's how that works, and that's in neutral. So you got, I don't know if I can show you, overdrive, underdrive, and then you got the same thing on this side, overdrive and underdrive, and that's the main input gears, right? So let me move on to here. I think I showed you guys last time. I'm going to click the light on. All right. Had the gearing completely on. Yeah, all the gears are on. So this is 18, 120, and the 120 doesn't really matter. So 18, 32, no, 36. 18, 36, 42, 120. And you're supposed to be able to cut the feeds in half by interchanging the 18 and 36, because 18 is half of 36. Now, if you do 42 divided by 18, hold on, let me see. 42 divided by 18 equals 2.33. So 42 divided by 18 gives you 2 1/3. That's really weird. I don't know what the hell that's about. Alright, whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright, you might notice I got my belts on. Lots of belts. Back up without tripping over the cover. Those belts look awesome. All right, awesome. Very awesome. So, I got my taper lock pulley on. That's the taper lock, and that thing is easy on, easy off. And I told you guys, it's a V, it's a true V pulley. It's not an A, it's not a B, it's a V. So it's 55, which means 5.5 inches, 550. Maybe that means it's 5.5. Oh, I forget. I just forget. But anyways, so the top is an L series pulley, and the bottom is a V series pulley. Now, all right, let me come back. And I remember I told you guys, I'm gonna try and get a straight on shot. The bottom pulley and the top pulley are very close to the same belt spacing. They're about a 1/16 off, but that's nothing. So I think I got the right pulley at the bottom for the lathe. So now this is going to jack up the RPM from 900 on the top to 1100. If my math is right. Oh, I'm so excited. And I got this. I don't know if that's going to vibrate. The cover holds it some. I'm stepping on stuff. There's 2 screws there, and I'm thinking I want to drill and tap a 1/4-20 screw there, and that'll rigidize it. I might do that tomorrow because I don't want that thing wrangling around there. So I got my contactor in there. I didn't play around connecting that up. What did I do? I turned these down from the 3/4 to 1/2 inch, my little extension pieces, because it was rubbing or something. I don't remember. Something would hit, and I figured, seeing as the spherical rod ends were 1/2 inch, I'd make these 1/2 inch. So that works awesome. I probably keep talking about it because I'm so proud of it, but this switch linkage and all this regalia that you can't see works totally awesome. And let's see. Yeah, see, there's the motor, and there's the sheet metal, and there's the pulley. That's why I want to put that belt in the top. And I might put a little rubber edge guard on the bottom so it doesn't rub on the motor edge. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't taped up my leads yet. I'm going to do that. But I'm super happy. Okay, now these belts, they're cut belts. Beautiful cut belts. And I think they dip them in rubber after they cut them off the drum when they make them. So D&D Power Drive. These came from offroadbelts.com. These things, okay, Napa wanted $45 or $40 a piece. Napa wanted $40 a piece. I told them to heck with that. So there's 5 here. Offroadbelts.com wanted like $250 a piece or $275 times 5 belts. So I know they're made in China and I hate it, but you know, so these are in the A series belt, 55 inch, because 55 on the A series inches in circumference is measured halfway in the middle of the belt, right, but between the top and the bottom. And if you're going to call it an L series, 4 is 1/2 inch wide. Instead of 55, it's 57 inches circumference, because the L series belts are measured on the surface perimeter all around the circumference. On the surface for the L series,
And the A series, it's measured a little bit further down, right in halfway in the middle. It splits it half in two, don't you know? So that's why the difference. Now, I would call these L belts. A belts are more heavy duty than L belts, but I don't think these are A's. I really don't. So I took off, okay, 4L57s. I think these are 4L55s. Yep, 4L55. These were 55. So with the new pulley, I had to go another 2 inches. 3 stars? I don't know. It doesn't sound American to me. I don't know. Whatever. So these are the old ones. I'll probably just hold on to them. Whatever. Don't know. But yeah, man, I'm totally really happy about that pulley. So I'm going to get a few more RPM. It's not going to burn the world down. Going from 900 to 1100. I'm always going to be using carbide tooling probably. So, and as I said, that's bushings, folks. The input shaft, those are cindered bronze bushings with an oil reservoir. So they're constantly, there's 2 bushings and there's a reservoir in the middle. And there's a trough at the top to admit the oil that gets splashed from the gears. So these have a reservoir that's always full, and when it runs, it's always topped off. So this never starts up dry. And on the other side, it's the same thing. So that's why I don't have the belt super tight, because I know it's bushings. And if you I mean, if it was ball bearings, you know, it doesn't matter. But I kind of left these a little bit, you know, not so tight. Whatever. All right, whatever. I talked about that. That's the end cover. That's all cleaned up. I didn't paint it. The paint was really nice. I scrutinized the cleaning of it with Spray 9 or Super Clean or something. And other projects. My marking tape. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got going.